Welcome back to the channel. Last video was about the delivery of the Jeep from Turn and Burn Jeeps, Nicholas. Since then, I put the Jeep up the neighbor's barn. It's been for about a week. And then I just took the hood off, did a few things to it. And then the weather got nice. Today's like 49 degrees outside, above temperature. So I can power wash the Jeep with a power washer. Did that yesterday. The day before, I power washed the motor. I got the tractor, the high lift tractor, it does work now. Picked up the engine, drove down the road half mile to the house without mom seeing somehow. And then I just degreased it with some purple power. And then let it soak, power washed it twice. Now the motor's all clean. And tomorrow we are going to be delivering this motor to my grandfather. Up in Spring Creek, Corey. So, yeah. Take the carburetor off for shipping so I don't break it. Don't have a chance of breaking it. So take that off and then pallet, strap it down real good. We can put it in the trailer tonight. So on the Jeep, I did some stuff off camera. It wasn't record, but actually it was cold, 7 o'clock at night, and my phone's on me, but my phone doesn't do so much on recording, so we're back to the nice camera here. So last night I took the seats out, a bit of a hassle, but I didn't want to cut anything. So these seats are mutt seats with angle iron holding them on with 1/2-inch bolts. Got the bolts off and had to pry bar them out without breaking stuff. So the seats are out. Next thing was toolbox lid. It's still the original, it's red as the Jeep is. I'm going to paint the Jeep a little bit brighter than that red, but yeah. Toolbox is still good. I could probably save it. To me, I'm not going to use a toolbox in this Jeep. I'm going to make a drawer system that pulls out to put stuff and lock them up for registration, insurance, wallets, just car show stuff, and some basic tools, some very minor basic tools. Remove the gas tank. Gas tank was shoved in here. It's a strap. Strap was broke. So that's off. I got the pry bar again. Actually, the hammer's still where I had it. And I used the pry bar against this and pulled up on it. So I don't damage the tank, just up on the lip. So I did that. Popped the gas tank up. And then the first thing I pulled the thing out, turned it sideways because the filler neck's still in its hole. I didn't want to remove the rubber. It's annoying, cold. So just wiggled it out, and as soon as I wiggled it out, the first thing I saw was this. And what is this? I've yet to move it yet, but it's the cover for this. So sweet. That saved me like 10 bucks, so I now have it. And then more mysteries I have in here. On Instagram I made a post about it, and Facebook. Found these tabs, found some stuff, found some bolts, found some nails, and just... But the biggest thing I found was these. First thing I found was the shotgun shell. It's been used. The next one I found was a live round. Another live round. Shotgun shell. And then I found a bolt. Well, I just finished up, just real quick, off camera. How do you zoom? So, off camera, I just wire brushed it real quick. And what it tells me, it is a 22-2500, well, 250 WW Super. Not sure, but that's what I found. And Dad's home. That's Dad's truck. So I'm gonna end the video here and catch up later. Well, here's all my findings of what's underneath that gas tank of the Jeep. So just went through, cleaned that up all. So I found 3 shotgun shells, 2 of these bolts, little cap bolt. I don't know what that is. Found 2 bolts and a tap. Okay. 2 nails, a nut, a spring, little baby spring, 3 bottle caps. I got 2 pop caps. I don't know what they are. We'll take pictures of them later. And I found some money, not much to pay the Jeep off, but we found a 1978 penny, and we found 2 1980s nickels. Well, this may explain some reason why they're 80s majorly. So 1982, last time I was on the road with a plate, so at least tells me that. And I was told plastic shotgun shells didn't come out till the late 60s, 70s, so this makes about sense. Between the 60s and 80s, these were, of course, the coins are 80s, so when they were made. So now the front grill, I don't know if you can see it, but it is curvature. It is not straight. But to me, that's curvature. It's going to stay that way. I will fix the bubbling of rust. I will fix it. Still solid, but I will fix it. So I just noticed in the paint job when it was all wet, the red was like bright red, like that red. Like that's the way I want to paint the Jeep. But I notice now that's dark red. Dark red. Here's the differences. There's like dark red, original color. Let me turn the brightness up. So we have original paint. We have this, I don't know, flaky red paint. And above that we have black. And then above black we have silver. Now, my neighbor's Jeep, George, his Jeep was the same exact red as this factory red. To me, that's fine, but I want more of a nice, shiny red, hot rod red. Sort of like the motor. Motor is like matte red, but... So, I'm probably going to paint that red you see right there. But, again, we'll see once we get to it. I'm not going to paint the Jeep until fall, so... I don't know. Keep chatting. Keep repeating myself. Well, made some progress. Right now it is 7 o'clock on Friday. I had to take the tires off just because of the tightness of working, just to take the half-inch bolts off for the fenders. So wheels are off. Yeah, got this side fender off. Easy. So the most challenging part was actually the step on the side. The bolt didn't come loose, so I had to sawzall that bolt off, which kind of cut the fender. Like, it's a pristine fender. Luckily, I didn't cut the whole piece. I could re-weld it, so well, that's fixable. But yeah, that whole side there, it's rotted out. It needs a new step area. It needs the crack fixed. It's got rust there, up to the seam. And I'm gonna fix this with a piece of sheet metal there, but. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a new piece. I was like, I'm gonna fabricate, like, no. So many things, plus fabricating the flat spots too, like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy it. So I could buy that piece for body work. Fender's good. Like, I still cut that bolt off. I was thinking, why is it still not coming off? Well, there's 2 more bolts, unlike CJ5s have. There's 2 bolts down here. Where are they at? These 2, I think. Yeah, these 2. These 2 hold on the, like, shield. And so those are 9/16 bolts, and still fine thread, which I'm very surprised. Like, every single bolt I'm taking off is fine thread. Which is nice, but, I mean, trying to find extra hardware in the shop, all we have is coarse. But at least it's American, not metric. And yeah, both fenders, they need new reinforcement panels, and That's wood and rotted out. It's like, I'm gonna make my own version, make it stronger. So that's one thing that's critical. I've noticed also with the wheels off, and I don't know if you can see, but it's not attached. Like the brake line's not even attached to the drum. Oh, it's gonna get really dark. Not even attached. On this side, it doesn't even exist. There's no brake line. And then also that brake line going across the axle, the intersection, rubber hoses. I'm gonna say the whole front axle needs all new brake line. But hopefully the axle I swap out for $100 has good brake lines. We'll see about that. So my next step is to take this wire harness off the fender so it's off. Unlike that fender, I didn't take the wiring off till the very last minute, and one screw did not want to unscrew. So yeah, this guy didn't want to unscrew, so I just cut him because I'm gonna delete that. New wiring on the whole Jeep. So not worried. I did cut it on a chamfer, so in case I didn't want to know, like, where does this wire go to? Plus with the video now, I can tell myself in the future. So I chamfered the cut. God, I can't zoom. I don't know. I chamfered the wire, so it reminds me a hair hint where it goes. Let's go to the floor of the Jeep. I've cleaned it, so I still need to do a nice wash, but most of the gunk is out. Now the back's just paint chips. So, okay, this 4 patches, I'm actually okay with it. I want to leave this patch. I mean, time goes on, I'll fix it, but that center's rusty in the center. That hole there, everything there needs replaced. This patch is okay. Problem is, I think this patching material is aluminum. It's not steel, it's aluminum, which is good, not gonna rust. But you can't weld it. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't like that seam. When I redo the floor here myself, I'm gonna have a floor have a nice lip on it, like a 2-inch lip, that I can weld it right into the body so it's stronger. And water just pours in, instead of a crack like this has a crack, water pours in, they have a water leak. So, whatever. The back bed, yeah, it's kind of rough, but actually the original 4 is still on the Jeep. I pulled up a corner of this. And I'm maxed out, but original 4 is there. Right now it's 8:15 o'clock. I'm gonna be out here for another hour or so and head in for the night. I just got back with the side-by-side. Got a nice load of firewood, enough for the next 2 days, tonight and tomorrow. As well as I did stop by the barn next door where the Jeep was for a week when they got delivered. Picked up the high lift jack for when I do the body, to help you lift the body. Just for the steering column pretty much. The tractor will do most of the work. And then I picked up my stool, brand new stool from Amazon. I'm glad I bought it because, where's the little guy? This one. This is a Craftsman we've been using since I was a little kid. And my friend Mitchell, he came over one time and he thought this was metal. And he put his foot right there and cracked the whole thing. So that's been broke since I was like 8 years old. But this main chair, I'm sitting on it doing the Fender, and you can see it's starting to bow itself. It's internal, it's got metal frame, but there's no center support, which there should be. You're like 200 pounds on it for an average mechanic or whatever. And yeah, it's just bending itself. It's like plastic internals, and it just gave out. It's still a nice spare stool to have, so I might take this cushion off and weld up some extra reinforcement like this new stool has. This new stool has, I believe, same design, but it's got 2 bars of steel going across, 1/8" bars. So, beef that up. And then I got for gaggles, as I was moving the gator out, the wheels were against the gator. And I'm like, let's put the wheel against this wheel, like a dually. I do like the look. And for like a cruise around town for looks, good. I'm using this Jeep for utility use, like as a mechanic vehicle, or I'll put a trailer hitch on it, a big tow rig. I don't know why would you tow. There's guys out west that have a trailer hook on their thing, but tow hook. But it's framed, and now I'm not doing that. I will probably put a snowplow on the Jeep just to have it on the property, because if the big tractor goes down, the Kubota goes down, like we already had this year, 2 weeks ago. Flat tire on the Kubota. The John Deere had a cylinder issue. I mean, it didn't snow, so we got lucky, but it'd be nice to have a 3rd snowplow on the property. So, there's a Jeep in Cleveland, about 2 hours exactly from here, and he wants $200 for the whole Jeep. What Jeep is left? There's no body left of the Jeep. All he's got is pretty much from like this portion forward of the whole Jeep. So he's got front axle, leaf springs, frame shot, I'll say that. The motor's an F-head, which I can't use, but the carburetor I can, the starter I can, the fan blade I can use. The front bumper, it was a snowplow Jeep, so he still has the hydraulics, cylinders and all in the mount, just no blade. Blade you can make or find easily, so for $200 for everything, it's a deal. Plus he's got the front wheels, not the back. They're two wheels, they're 16 inches tall, standard, pretty much these wheels, just not military. So like, that alone's worth $200 reproduction. Yeah, it's been sitting, so they're probably a hair rusty, but still a good deal. Top of that, he's got dual mounted hubs, which is what I want on this Jeep. So that's another $150 value. So $150 for hubs. You got, we'll just say $100 for used wheels. You got the engine parts I can use, the T90, the Dana 18. So you got drive shaft at the front. Complete front axle, which I can use, and big thing, he still has the title. Now the Jeep he has is not a 2A, it's a 3B. It's a 1953 3B. Still has the title. Show me a picture of it, so good proof. So $200 for everything, it's a deal. So, but biggest thing is it's 2 hours from home. We have a trailer. Dad does not like going on adventures, so I got to find a friend that's available to go pick this up. So we made some progress again, and now it's about 8:30 time period. I am listening to Roadkill for some background noise, things to listen to as I work. So fenders are off, grills off. There was the wiring. I mean, I cut it in a way of, there's only 2 ways you can go, and just color code match the wires for the headlights. It's not gonna focus, but I crushed it in a way so it's easy to find which way they go. But yeah, it's that. And this guy here is for the horn. So I'm gonna feature myself, I know. So that's that. So now I can visually see the frame, any frame damage at all. For steering, I've noticed, I'll show you, but for now, for the linkages, I gotta turn this up. So the steering slot I have, I believe I need a new bearing right here. I think that's getting bad. I don't know if there's a bearing or not, but that seems sloppy. And then down here, this needs a new bushing and bearing, whatever it uses. I think it just said bushing. So right here needs a new bushing, and this needs a bushing or a bearing. That's it for slot. It's hard to see, but yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, I gotta do one-handed. Let's do one hand over here. Yeah, you can see it. Yep, you can see it. Here's a new lower bushing, or it might be just a bolt loose. You can barely see it. Anyway, so that needs fixed for steering. Rest of it looks fine. Now this is the major thing for steering. Hey, it's not affecting the steering, but it's just, I guess, for water, going off-road, and strength over time. So, do you see a problem here? Yeah, there's a piece of casting. Hey, I'm lucky that it stayed here. So, that's at least I can see in the journals. But I think I just need a new cover. There's a new steering box cover. I might just make me do. Or weld it. Two options. I think I'm better off just finding a used steering box, just get the cover off of one, and it should be okay. I don't know, that's bearing or grease or something inside. Yeah, I'm gonna say just get a new cover. Ask the guy at Parts Yard, I just need a steering box cover. Ship in the mail, $5. We're just trying to weld this up and hopefully it holds.